Hello everyone, this is Grandpa Hickory in Texas. Welcome to my video. A storm in the woods. A night I'll never forget. You know, back in 1957, the summer of 1957, it was springtime actually. We went out in the woods and we built this kind of a little structure of wood and everything. We just used branches and things that we found in the woods, and man, it was really nice, like a little house, And my brother had this idea that we would go down there with our friend Billy Bambico, and we would all spend the night. Billy Bambico had a little doggy, and we would go out there and we would roast weenies and stuff like that. We would spend the night out there. But there was one night I never will forget that we were out there. We had the fire crackling, and everybody liked to sit around and tell ghost stories and stuff, just scare the daylights out of me, I tell you. But they were wonderful times we had together, roasting marshmallows and talking. And I remember looking up at the beautiful stars, but there was something about this night that I'll never forget. I looked up to see the stars, and there were no stars. And I kept seeing light in the woods, and I kept looking, and we all started looking, and it was lightning that was actually striking the trees in the woods. Now, it was way off in the distance from us. There were several hills that went like this. Some of them went up high, and some of them went down like in a valley, and then they come up on the other side. But there's a lot of rolling hills out there. This was in Riley, Texas, back in 1957. And I remember seeing the lightning striking, and it was getting closer and closer. Well, about that time, the wind commenced blowing real hard. And I mean, the trees, they're up like this. They were bent way over like this. And there was branches and leaves and things from the trees, debris flying everywhere. Well, we were all huddled down in our makeshift shelter we were under. It started coming apart. The wind started blowing it to pieces. Well, about that time, friends, ice cold rain. I'm not kidding you. It was ice cold rain coming down. It was like literally buckets and barrels of ice cold water. We were drenched completely. Our fire was put completely out almost instantly. And I tell you, we all got together on what part of the little thing that was standing, and we were all huddling there. And my brothers finally said, we're going to have to run for it. We're going to have to run for it. We had to run all the way through deep mud. We were way out in the woods. We weren't close to home. People, we lived out in the country. We were country boys. And we walked for miles. But we had to run in this storm until we finally got to our garage in our backyard. And we all ran in there. We were shivering and shaking and completely drenched and muddy. And we had to take our clothes off and our shoes off. And our shoes were just, listen, they had mud on it. Like, you know how it is when you walk in thick, mucky mud that sticks to your shoes and you can't get it off. You know what I'm saying? Well, we were too tired to mess with it, man. We left all that on the back porch, in the screened-in area. And we went in and cleaned up, and man, we stayed inside. Oh, we stayed inside. My dad let us have a cup of coffee. We were so cold, all of us were. And we sat and drank good hot coffee. And we kind of calmed down. Finally, all that horrible lightning that was doing like this started subsiding, and the roaring of the thunder, of course, we fell asleep. We woke up the next morning to a very, very calm world, and we had to go outside. My daddy made us go out there and get our shoes and clean them, and we had to take our clothes and use a water hose on them to wash all that thick mud, because we had fell down in the mud and everything else. And we had to wash it all off. We had to hang it on the clotheslines, and we had to use water hose on it, and then we had to wring them out and hang them up and do it again. And then my mother could, wash them. We had those old wringer washers. You remember the old-timey wringer washers? That's what we had. And that's the way that my mother washed clothes. So we helped her with that. And then we hung them up on the line to dry. But we didn't go back down the woods for a long time because the mud was so bad we couldn't even get in the woods. Thinking back, it's really a miracle that we got out of them woods when we did, because it was like flood waters. It was like a lake all around where we had been. Because, I told you those hills go up and come down. It's like a valley. Well, the hill we were on was a low hill. Well, then there was a valley. And that valley was crammed full of water and had overflowed its banks and completely covered where we were with about 6 feet of water. So, it's a good thing we didn't stay there. But it's something that I will never forget. I will never forget. I'm inviting you to hit the like button, help my channel grow. I'm Grandpa Hickory. I'm inviting you to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you on the next video. You people have a wonderful day, and you all stay safe. We're having storms here in Texas. That's what got me remembering all those years ago, because of the roaring thunder and the striking of lightning outside. Listen, you have a good day. Goodbye to all. Thanks for stopping by.